Hey, Sasquatches. I wanted to let you know that we had a planned, interviewed, and edited podcast ready to go for you, but the guest is no longer part of the PWHL NHL community online, and they requested that we do not release this episode. So what you're going to hear is the part of the episode with me and Sarah where we talk about standings, Hockey 101, and things like that. So next week, we will absolutely have a fully fleshed out episode for you. Thank you for your patience. And Sarah and I just wanted to respect the wishes of our previous guest, and we wish them nothing but the best. Thanks for listening.
Welcome to Sass and Slapshots, a podcast for women who love hockey by women who love hockey. We're here to give listeners weekly news, game analysis, and cultural hockey conversations from the perspective of two women who found hockey later in life. There's no shame in our game, from veteran fans to rookies just discovering hockey. Everyone is welcome to learn more and encouraged to become obsessed with the best sport on the planet. Let's dive like Ben into today's episode.
Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. We are back. It is another episode of Sass and Slapshots with V.
Sarah.
Sarah, how you been?
Okay, like some chaos in the personal life at the moment, but otherwise doing really good. Trade deadline's over, so I no longer
Thank
have
God.
to be in a sense of
Impending dread and doom?
stress and doom. Yeah, and it actually turned out a whole lot better than I expected. So
yeah, we made out this year.
yeah, like I really was against getting Kadri, and I'll tell you why.
Okay, please inform us.
Because the Flames were very set from the beginning on not retaining any of his salary, which means that would cost us $7 million. And of course, things come with that, trading players, So I thought the only way we would be able to afford him was to lose. I definitely thought it was going to be Colton. So I thought we were going to lose Colton if we got Kadri.
I had such a gut and feeling that I was going to be Nichushkin. And people were like, at the very end, like before the actual details came out, they were like, yeah, it's definitely 2. I was like, fuck.
Yeah. Well, and even Drury was talked about. Like there was a lot of conversations going on.
Lots of chatter.
Behind the scenes. Yeah, lots of chatter. But there was a player on the Leafs that was big talks going on at last minute. So I thought that was going to go through. And so I'm tense and I'm waiting and I'm like, we haven't lost anybody yet. We've lost most of our future picks. That's fine. Whatever.
It's fine.
We're not in the rebuild yet. We'll worry about that later.
Future Avalanche will worry about that. Current Avalanche.
We'll worry about that later.
That's a future Avalanche problem.
When it comes, I'm going to be like, oh my God, why did we not worry about this earlier? But, CMAC always has a way of making things happen that I don't expect and turns out really well for us.
we trust.
Yeah, I thought he was crazy to let Mikko go, and it's actually turned out really well for us. So, I'm trying to trust him more, and so that's another day of worry down the road. But I was really intrigued by the Waugh acquisition. I was intrigued by that. The Brandenburg confused me. And I know a lot of people are like, well, we need more depth defensemen, and fine, yeah, but it just wasn't on my radar, I guess. And so probably should have been.
Kulak wasn't either.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have to trust CMAC a little bit more because I'm still kind of like, okay. But
I don't know about this.
Then Kadri happened. And as soon as they were like, it's coming through, I was like, what did we lose? Because I knew it was something big because you don't just get a player like that.
Yeah.
For nothing. And I think Kadri wanted to come back. Not that he didn't like it there at the Flames, but I think he knew he had a chance to come back. And we're at the top to win the cup. Yeah. So
Cup, friends, Colorado. It's hard to say no to that.
Right. So, and I think the Flames finally got to the end and no one wanted to take that money dip. And so they finally were like, okay, we'll retain some. And it happened. And I think we got all the better for it. I mean, comes out and gets an assist first game back. It was great. So I'm on board now. I wasn't because the money things seemed to happen and it worked out and we look good. Mm-hmm. And now as long as we have the money to pay Cale, I'll be a happy panda.
Happy panda.
So, because that's our next big has to get done
discussion. Yeah.
Yeah. has to get done.
That's going to be a
Has to get
great
done.
week for us.
We cannot lose Makar, okay?
No.
But anyway, so yeah, trade deadline's over. I'm happy with how things turned out. So doing good hockey wise.
Great.
How about yourself?
Some chronic illness stuff, but other than that, my parents are visiting us in April, and it's for their 46th wedding anniversary, so that's crazy. And
Wow.
we're gonna take them to an Eagles
Congratulations to your
game.
parents.
Yeah.
Fun. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We call the AHL redneck hockey for a reason, and my parents are gonna absolutely adore it. I know. Seeing Big Rob and the Colorado Eagle chicks and all the
Yeah.
crazy shenanigans that happen. We were gonna take them to an Avs game, but we figured that it's gonna be so late in the season that like the players that we want them to see may not be there.
Right.
Also, it's,
Well, especially injuries now. So yeah.
right, which we'll get to. Yeah. So I'm very excited about them to experience hockey and experience me in hockey
Yeah.
because I know to them, they're like, wow, you went from personal finance to hockey. Like it was a total 180 and they're still like trying to figure out why the fuck this happened. So I'm excited to like show them why this happens.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Right, and my dad, I call him Papa. Papa watched the Olympic hockey, and apparently my mom says that he's been, like, trying to watch more hockey now because he's
I
enjoying it.
love that. Yeah.
So I'm super pumped to have them visit and to just, like, kinda, like, watch me in my element, so
That's
it'll be good.
amazing.
But other than
It's
that
really fun when they get
yeah.
involved because I took my parents to an Avalanche game, and my
Mhm.
dad, kinda like yours, it was like he started loving it, and, like, he'll wear
Yeah.
his Avs gear in Kentucky, and it's really funny because 'cause he'll be like, "Dude, met a Preds fan tonight, met a," like, he's like, "So many people talk to me when I'm wearing my Avs gear, and I
Yeah,
didn't realize
yeah.
this was a thing," and I'm like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, like,
It's a
it's bigger than
whole community. Yeah.
yeah, it's
So
bigger than
I
you
know my
expect, and
dad's gonna
hockey
be the
people
same.
will talk to each other."
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna wanna get him, like, a Eagles sweatshirt or something, you know?
Yes.
And my mom's just happy to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, have fun. Yeah, enjoy it. That's what it's there for, is to
Right.
enjoy. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, things are good. Definitely feeling my chronic, diseases and stuff, but I am also taking steps to get better. So, hockey has been, as it always is, well, not always, as it has been more often than not, a nice distraction and
Yeah.
a good thing for me to dive into.
Well, I know I hope you feel better soon, and I know our
Thank you.
fans also probably wish you well.
Thanks. Yeah, and if
And
you
hope you
don't,
feel
fuck you.
better. I was trying to be all kind of he's like,
Fuck you. That's how I am. I just feel like a little goblin lately, like, um, anything
I
nice.
love it though.
Um,
I love it.
thank you. Yeah. So, all right, with that, we are going to get into our Sasquatch supporter name call. If you do not know, we call our followers, listeners, fans Sasquatches, and you can become a paid Sasquatch contributor to Sass and Slapshots by subscribing to our Substack. We use Substack like Patreon, which I realized I had like never explained Substack very well. But yeah, that's kind of a way that our average listener can support us because as most of you know, we don't get paid to do this. We are funded by sponsorships and by $5 contributors. So if you would like to be a paid Substack contributor, click the link in our show notes. But Eden Knox, thank you so much for subscribing to the
Thank you.
Substack this month. You're our newest subscriber, and we couldn't be more grateful for you believing in our work and giving us your hard-earned dollars. It means so much. All right, Sarah, who is
Yeah.
in the top 5 in the NHL right now, and what are their Lord Stanley chances?
Well, as you can guess, Colorado Avalanche coming in still at number 1. So, but it
How
has
is that with
been
our 32nd place power play percentage? I'm just asking for the crowd.
because our 5-on-5 is some of the best hockey.
Yeah, it's true.
It is. I mean, it is. And we had there for a while, we had one of the best PKs. It's been a little off lately. A lot of, I mean, I think we're up to 9 or 10 shorthanded goals. So not great, and that's the hard part for me is like, okay, at least the PK was picking up for the power play. Like we were keeping people away from getting power play goals, even though we weren't getting our own. But now it's like, okay, one of them has to be carrying for the other here. You can't have both of them be back.
Yeah.
So a little stressed about that, but we've
Mhm.
been stressed about the PP since the beginning of the seasons. Okay, so just so you guys know, V just informed me because I hadn't had a chance to look at the standings. Because, like I said, chaos this week. Hadn't checked the standings and just found out Buffalo is in the top 5 of the entire league right
Who would
now,
have thunk it?
above Tampa Bay.
Wild.
I am shook. Holy crap. Okay, the rest of them aren't surprising. So top 5 right now, again, Colorado Avalanche coming in first for months now.
Forever
I
this
mean,
season.
yeah. So their chance right now is at 13.6 to win the Stanley Cup. Dallas Stars coming in second with 11.8. They had a 9 or 10 game run there. The Colorado Avalanche did though, so my petty comes out when it's Dallas. Sorry, guys. Number 3 in the league right now is Carolina Hurricanes with a 12.6% chance to win the Stanley Cup. Number 4, Minnesota Wild, 5.5% chance. That dropped quite a significant amount. Buffalo Sabres coming in at 5, number 5 in the league with 4.9% chance to hoist Lord Stanley, which is insane to me. Like, I knew they were doing really well, and they had like an up and then down, and then now they're back up. And I'm like, because they were up there for a minute a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And they were doing really well. And then it kind of went back down. And now it's back up again. I'm like, okay,
Well,
cool. Maybe I need to start
we need
getting
to do some research into
my
that. What's going on?
watching gear. Yeah.
So I did try to keep it to 10 guys. I really did. But we're at the time of the season, like right at playoff push, where
It's
like
just
everybody starts to get fucked up. And I said that during the Olympics too. But like honestly, leading up to the February break and then after, it's just injury. So, Sarah, what do we got?
So up at the top on injuries, we have Kochitov for the Hurricanes, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. We also have Colton is out for the Avalanche. He got injured in the Oilers game last night. He is day to day. LOC, we have heard several updates saying our mayor is close to returning to the ice. I have not seen any skate reports where he's been skating with the team, but Bednard gave a really positive update. Several people have said he's getting really close. So we're just waiting to see a confirmed update that he is skating with the team and should be back before playoffs, hopefully. We'll see. Landy. Cale Makar. Stop hurting your own teammates, okay?
Especially Landy.
Yeah, right. This is the second time he's caused Landy to be out. Cale did his thing and hit a puck really, really, really hard. And
right
it
in the
was
baby
aimed in a really terrible place for Gabriel Landeskog. If you want a good laugh, he posted his cup where it was broken. So Landy is hurting in a very personal area right now and is week to week, last I heard. So bless his heart, and Cale, stop it.
Joe jokes that like, is he gunning for Landy's captain position? Because at this point,
it's like stop it.
Like, I hope Melissa Landeskog's wife is done having babies because my God,
I can't even imagine like in the locker room and just like seeing the damage and being like, oh my God.
Imagine that call to your wife.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, I don't know if she was there, but oh my gosh. Yeah, it's definitely look at that picture and his face. It's like comedic gold. It really is.
It really is. I feel so bad for him because you can tell like he's just in such an amount of pain.
Mm-hmm.
But the picture is so funny.
It's great. I hope they hang that picture in the locker room.
I don't like laughing at people's pain. Right. I don't like laughing at people's pain, but oh my God. Anyway.
It's hard not to.
Right. Okay, Dallas actually gets a good update on Hintz. He did not need to go undergo surgery, so they do think he will be back in time for playoffs. That is not confirmed by Rope Hintz. This is just what I'm hearing from the writers on their beat. So don't want to say confirmed because, again, until I see it from Dallas themselves, but that's what I'm hearing in the news is that he will be back for playoffs and did not have to undergo surgery. Rantanen's still out, but he'll be back soon. I think what I saw last 7 to 10 days, and he'll be back skating with the team, which means he might miss the second Dallas-Colorado game, but should be back for the third meetup. Sagan's out. He won't be back this year.
Yeah, the Stars have really taken some hits, so.
They have, and you know, a lot of people, there's a lot of controversy on the hit itself, on Hintz. In my opinion, again, I am not a hockey analyst, but if you are going to trap Nathan MacKinnon on the boards and he's going to try and get away from you because it's literally his job.
Which brings us to our next injury.
Oh gosh, and I didn't even see that was the next one. Okay, Ingram, the goalie for the Oilers,
Dude.
also down by a hit. Now, again, more controversy. Go ahead, V.
This was such fucking bullshit. Like,
I knew it was coming.
Joe and I literally, like, turned off the game after this because I was so livid and screaming at my TV. I couldn't handle it. I walked away, which rarely happens, where I actually turn off a game. Like, that's not something that I do. So Nathan MacKinnon was charging the crease because he wanted to do what he does, which is put puck in back net. And he was going very fast, which is what Nathan MacKinnon does, probably 20 to 23 miles an hour. He's skating down the ice, trying to get the puck in the net. He had his skates angled away from the goalie when he was right up on him, which he does, which is standard for him. So he doesn't, plow into the goalie. Well, there was a player, Nurse, an Oiler, behind him, right behind him, like on the heels of his skate, to where MacKinnon had no option but to run into the goalie. And he was literally airborne, like trying to not hurt the goalie because he realized what was happening. They called a penalty, which I was expecting.
Right. I expected the penalty.
Yeah, I expected a 2-minute.
Yeah.
This ref.
There was a post of a picture of this infraction because I was driving, so I was listening to it. So I didn't see it in real time. Again, I was driving home. And so I was listening to it and I heard it and I was like, oh, goalie interference. He's going to get 2 minutes. And then you texted me and you're like, you were mad. I won't discuss, we could discuss what was discussed in the text, but you were mad. And so when I got home, the first thing I did, I didn't watch it. I went and looked at the pictures because it was all over social media almost instantaneously. And so I went and I looked at the pictures. And the first picture I saw was Ingram is in his crease and he's got his watching Nate. And Nate is not even on Ingram, but Nurse's head is in Nate's hip or shoulder. Shoulder is in Nate's hip. And I was like, well, if Nate hasn't touched Ingram and Nurse is in his body, there's nowhere for him to go. Like he literally can't go anywhere. So I was like, there's no way. And then you're like, they ejected him. And that's when I was like, they can't, no. And then I turned on the end of the game, and he had been ejected. And I was just like,
oh. So this ref has a history of this. Apparently, the Colorado Avalanche are 3-9 over the past 3 years when Kelly Sutherland is officiating.
interesting.
So
That's interesting.
I understand the optics of plays and how refs either call penalties or feel they have to call a penalty because of something that happens. Usually, touching the goalie is a no-no, you get a penalty.
Right.
That's it, right?
I expected a penalty. Right.
Right. And I can see that. 5-minute and then an ejection.
I would almost be fine had it been 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
But the ejection was over the top. Over the top, unnecessary, and not a good call.
This was not Nate going and like just charging the goalie with no defenders near him and just like running into him.
No.
There was a defender on his hip and he's skating fast. Like, this is not just, oh, just turn around. You're on skates on the ice. This is not just a simple, and yeah, Nate is one of the best to ever hit the ice.
Right.
But there's still only so much man can do.
Right. He can't defy physics.
He has to make split seconds decisions. And
it wasn't intentional.
To me, it was not intentional. Had it been intentional, absolutely.
Sure.
Ejection, sure.
But Nate, totally his skates turned. He went airborne to try to avoid Ingram. And as soon as it happened, he turned around and was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
It was one of the worst calls I have ever seen. And I was shaking. I was so angry. And right before I turned it off, I saw Coach Bednar talking to the refs, and I could tell he was pissed, and the announcer was like, I really love how calm Bednar was. And I was like, oh my God, you do not understand.
You don't know Bednar. When
Jill was
Bednar
like,
is
of course
calm
you think
and
that.
like, right, when Bednar's face looks calm, you in danger.
You in danger, girl. You got to get out. Yeah, and
Now,
of course today.
his intense broody look is normal. The like,
yeah, that stare, I was like, no, he
this,
is shaking in his loafers right now.
we know when Bednar's mad.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
you can just tell by how calm Bednar is, how calm he is not.
He's not okay. And of course today came out that he like eviscerated the refs and he was angry and furious, and it was just one of the worst. It was one of the worst.
I think it's fair to be angry. To Oilers' credit, it was in the like after watching it in the moment, it looked really bad. But if you watch the replay, you look at pictures and you realize, okay, like crap happens in hockey, and that's awful. Like, never want to see a player down ever, any player. Even when Rope went down, I was like, man, I hope he's okay, because you want these competitors to be able to compete. You want them to be able to do their thing, and anyone getting hurt is awful. But you also can't make a call that is very blatantly not intentional and call it a misconduct.
Yeah, agreed.
But that's just my opinion. We have a lot of opinions about goalie interference here on Sass and Slapshots, but it is what it is. I disagree, but it's over, and the guys held it together. They kept it to only losing by one, with Nate being out, Colton being out, having to scramble with all of that. Right. So with all of that, they kept it to one goal.
I can't wait for the matchup.
April 7th is going to be insane. But I do have a funny stat for you. Guess how many game misconducts Nathan MacKinnon has? Because everybody's like, oh, he's a dirty player.
That was
guess
his
how
first.
many? That was his first in 900 games. His first misconduct in 900 games.
He doesn't play like
people
that.
are like, he's a dirty player, I'm like, you don't know Nathan MacKinnon.
You don't know.
He's not a dirty player. He's a strong player, and he's a fierce player, and he's not going to take crap, but he's not a dirty player.
But he's not. Who is he on the Stars? Come on.
So let's keep going.
All right.
I'll make the rest
That's
quick.
our aside. Yeah.
I'll make the rest quick since we're like way over now. Reinhart and Marchand are out for the Panthers. Fiala out for the season for the Kings. Gerard out for the Penguins. Crosby also out, still on IR with no return date on Crosby. I did see he was skating though, so that's good news.
Yay!
Tanev had core surgery and will miss the rest of the season for the Maple Leafs. Mark Stone for the Knights, out. Kane is out for the Canucks.
Cool.
Top 3 in the PWHL right now. We have the Boston Fleet coming back up top. Montreal Victoire, Minnesota Frost. So there's your top 3 for the PWHL right now.
They just keep switching. So,
well, I mean, when you only have 8 teams, like one game can change your entire standings. So that's that. PWHL injury report. Let's do that. Hannah Bilka for the Seattle Torrent, out for the remainder of the season with an upper body injury sustained during the Milan Cortina Olympics. So she will not be back for the season. Hillary Knight, also with the Seattle Torrent, placed on LTIR in late February with a lower body injury. I have not heard whether she will be back for the run
either.
for Walter. Kendall Coyne Schofield for the Minnesota Frost, placed on LTIR following the Olympics as well. Expected to miss at least 3 weeks.
So she'll be back probably next week. Oh, it's been a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Oh, golly. Has it already been 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Time is flying.
Yeah.
Aaron Ambrose for the Montreal Victoire, placed on LTIR following the Olympics as well. Expected to miss at least 3 weeks. So again, she should also be back fairly soon.
Great.
So there's some injury reports. And our Hockey 101 today is concussion protocol for NHL players. The NHL requires the immediate removal of any player that shows signs of a concussion, such as, any blank stare, slow to get up, hitting the head, obviously. They get a 15-minute evaluation by the medical staff. After that, they kind of go from there on, do we have to go into full concussion protocol? A mandatory removal, players showing any symptoms come out, then they evaluate. They cannot return to the game and must follow the staged return protocol requiring clearance from the team physician. So we saw with the Avalanche, again, that's my team, so that's what I know the most of. Kiwi just went out for a week due to concussion protocol. They have to sit them back until a physician obviously says, hey, we're not showing any signs. The body's had time to heal.
Mhm.
We know that we're back into where they can play.
Yeah, they take it very seriously.
It's huge, and I'm even reading through the protocol right now on the NHL site, and it is massively long. So we won't go into it, but when any player is hit on the head or falls or shows any signs of being disoriented, they're going to pull that player. I mean, it's safety first, right? These are still humans, they still have families. They're not just chess pieces, they are human beings. So, safety first, they pull a player and then they go into multi-step. So this is not oh, you're fine, get back on the ice like it used to be. Now there are many, 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 many tests they have to go through to get cleared to come back after concussion. After a concussion, they have programs in place that I'm looking at right now where they have to go through tests to be able to identify players with concussions. And then when they have those symptoms, they obviously go into concussion protocol.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's like, again, if you really want to dive deep, it's all on the NHL site. There is a lot of information regarding concussion protocol. But I know some people and some sports are like, oh, I'm good to return. And that's not the case anymore. There's been a lot of
Yeah.
injuries in all sports now. We're taking concussions a whole lot more seriously, which we should. And I like that there's steps in place to keep
Mhm.
players safe from long-term issues once they leave hockey.
Great.
And while they're in hockey,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Of course.
concussions are dangerous. So
For sure.
I like that there's safety precautions there, even though it is hard when you have a player that leaves the game. We all get like, oh,
Scott
what?
Wedgwood. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Stats and Slapshots. If you're craving more hockey content from us before next week's drop, have no fear. We're two chronically online hockey nerds.
Check out our Substack, social media channels, and support links below. If you're interested in sponsorship or collaboration, feel free to reach out at sassandslapshots.com.
Special shout out to our editor, Joe Bogomil, and our graphic designer, Corey Tyler.
We appreciate all of the support and can't wait to chat with you next week. Bye.
Bye!